He was 11 years old and he built the best sandcastle of all time. Yes, it's beautiful. It had walls, tower, a drawbridge. There was seaweed that was decorating it. It was pure art. Well, once he finished, he stepped back to admire it. And here comes this menacing teenager. Nice sandcastle, loser. And just kicks the crap out of it. Sandcastle completely destroyed. Yo, what the heck? The teenager left. This kid was upset, but he decided to take action. So he rebuilt, bigger, stronger. And this time, he buried the heaviest, pointiest rock right in the middle of the sandcastle. Covered it perfectly. You wouldn't be able to tell it was there at all. And now this sandcastle looked even better than the first one. It's perfect. But as he suspected, the menacing teenager came by again. Oh, so you're just gonna rebuild it and think I wasn't gonna come back? The teenager pulled his leg back, he's getting ready, and he just kicks it. Remember the rock the kid buried in there? Destroyed this kid's foot. Oops, shouldn't have kicked it, man. The kid limped away, crying to his mom. Some people gotta learn the hard way. Hey, awesome. They're going on a family trip, and their flight is at 5 in the morning. That's so early, Dad. It's just for 3 days. Pack your backpack. You'll be fine. Backpack. He nods. He packs his backpack. His parents don't check it. They assume he's got it. We'll fast forward to the next morning. We're standing in the security line. Shoes off, laptops out. The dad's stressing. I'm stressing. The kid steps up to put his backpack in the conveyor belts, and he tells the security guy, there's a surprise in there. The guy's like, excuse me? There's a surprise in there for everybody. Hey, yo, what? At this point, the security guard's like, yo, what the heck does this kid have in his backpack? They pull the kid to the side, they pull the backpack away. The mom is like, oh my God, what did you pack in there? You'll see. The security guard unzips the backpack. His face changes. Son, what did you pack? You, come here, okay? What the heck is this? Inside the backpack was dozens and dozens of rubber duckies. Tiny, bright yellow, each one wearing a different outfit. Sir, ma'am, your child packed about 200 rubber ducks. You can have one. So can your friend. Everybody can have one. Everybody around starts laughing, and the kid passes out these rubber duckies to as many people as he can. And honestly, that is super wholesome. Here's what happens when you're a frickin' Karen. This lady's about to board a flight. She storms up to the counter and is waving her phone in the agent's face. Hi, yeah, I paid for priority, and that better mean something good. Well, the desk agent said, ma'am, yes, this is Economy Plus, so you'll be boarding in Group 2. Just a few minutes, okay? Now, boarding hadn't even begun yet, but this lady loses it. I'm pretty sure I paid for a better plane ticket. You know what? I have so many followers. I'm gonna ruin you for this. This airline sucks. That's fine. Okay, I don't care. Just step back. Now, here's the thing. She threatens that she's gonna make a terrible video about the airline to ruin their reputation or to get this person fired. But no one cared. The thing is, that desk agent was actually gonna upgrade somebody to first class because there was one first class seat open. But now, it definitely wasn't gonna be her. Oh, sir. Oh, yeah? What boarding group are you? Now, he's saying this loud enough for the lady to hear. Group 6. Well, it's your lucky day. I'm upgrading you to first class. And ma'am, I'm downgrading you to Group 6. Now, this entire time, a bunch of other passengers were watching this thing go down. They were invested, and they cheered. What? Stop clapping! Screw you! And she threw a fit, and she was thrown out of the airport. Good. This mom's plan backfired. One day, this mom overheard her daughter and her friends complaining about one of their teachers. The mom wanted to chime in. Hey girls! I overheard your conversation. I think I have an idea to mess with your teacher a little bit. She explained the plan, and the girls were in. They crushed up a bunch of laxatives, and they put them in cookie dough. They baked a bunch of cookies, put them on a plate, and the daughter left it on her teacher's desk with a note on it that said, we made these just for you. Carla, you and your mom made these for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, we hope you enjoy them. Well, unfortunately, my doctor said I can't have sugar for the time being, so you know what? I'm gonna give these out to you guys. What? The teacher then passed these cookies out to all of the students in the class. Apparently, there was so much laxative in these cookies that it didn't take long for students to start feeling the effects. Oh God. Oh God. Carla? Let's have a chat. Carla eventually cracked under pressure. and spilled the beans. And Carla's mom was sentenced to 50 hours of community service. Things you can do in a lucid dream. As we all know, a lucid dream is a dream in which you know you are dreaming, and therefore you can do whatever you want. Well, here are some fun things that I like to do when I'm having a lucid dream. I like to make a door appear right in front of me. Just any old door. I then like to walk through the door and see where my brain takes me. Obviously, I really enjoy flying. It's one of the best things to do. You can also shapeshift in a lucid dream. Turn into any animal, TV character, or person that you want. One thing that a lot of people don't know is you can actually practice skills in a lucid dream. Even sports. This is the craziest thing. Talking to dream characters. Random people that your brain places in your dream. It's said that talking to a dream character is like talking to your subconscious mind. This app has taught countless people how to lucid dream. If you want it, go here and then here to get it. Harmless but funny ways to mess with people. The next time you go into an elevator, don't turn around. Just walk to the back wall and stay there. The next time you're having a conversation with somebody, look at their chin the entire time. So anyway, my earlobe was really kind of feeling weird, and then I called the doctor and he told me that, "What are you looking at? What is going on?" "What do you mean? I'm looking at your eyes." "Anyway, back to your earlobe." "No, you're not, man. You're looking at my chin or something. What's going on?" "I'm looking at your eyes, idiot. What happened with your earlobe?" And then just keep doing that until they get very mad. It'll probably be. Walk into a butcher shop and do this. "Hey, what can I do for you?" "Yeah, I'm in a bit of a hurry, but can I take 2 pounds of the most human tasting meat that you have?" I don't know what you mean. Like a meat you have that tastes close to human? I don't know. Are you fucking with me? You know what? I'll just take pastrami. That'll be fine. And last but not least, the next time you're sitting in a porta potty or a one toilet bathroom and someone knocks, just tell them to come on in. They probably won't, but they'll be super uncomfortable. This kid got some petty revenge. This guy said it happened in 7th grade. He was in class and there was a test. Now this guy was very smart. He always studied and he did very well in school. Well, on this day, everyone had to grab a test off the desk to take back to their seats to complete. Now there was a kid in that class who had been copying his tests for a few months now, and this was the day he was gonna get payback. So when he went up to grab his test, he grabbed 2 of them. He sat down and he started filling in one of the tests with wrong answers. And just like he had guessed, the kid next to him started copying his work. Well, what the cheater didn't know was that that kid was also simultaneously putting the correct answers into the second test he got. The cheater then turned his test in first. "Here you go, all finished." The kid then looked at the cheater and crumpled up the first test. "What are you doing?" "That was the decoy test. This is my real test. Good luck failing this class, idiot." "Miss, I'm done." "Oh, God." He obviously failed the test, and nobody ever cheated off this kid ever again. This teacher's a savage for this. This high school freshman English teacher was kinda crazy. Whenever students wouldn't be quiet in class, he would straight up cuss them out in front of everybody. And if that didn't work, he had a backup plan. So I told her that, "No, we cannot be friends. I think you're a baddie." And she told me that she thinks I'm ugly. So I think that's not fair. I'm very handsome. "Hey, Kevin, this is the second time I'm asking you to be quiet today. You know what happens now." "Oh, no." If students didn't listen after being cussed out, he would take the chalkboard eraser and chuck it at them as hard as he could. He didn't do this to inflict pain. He did this because he knew that chalkboard erasers would leave a mark on their clothing. So when the misbehaving students left after class was over, everyone would know who pissed off the English teacher. "Hey, yo, look at Kevin. He messed you up, Kevin." "You're still ugly, Kevin." I told the story of when he was a senior in high school. He didn't have a car, so he took the bus home every single day. Well, he noticed at one of the stops there was a dog in the middle of the road who had obviously passed away. Well, at the stop, a girl got off the bus with her friend. Her friend goes, "Oh my God, Stacy, look, it's a dead puppy." "Oh yeah, that's mine. We got him last weekend, but he was hit by a car today. My dad will just buy me a new one, so it doesn't really matter. Come on, let's go inside." Sounds like that girl is a sociopath. This kid's school was kindergarten through 4th grade. Well, there was a stupid rule where during lunch, kids had to be silent. There was a big table in the front of the lunchroom with 2 cups on it. 1 green cup and 1 red cup. Well, every day, that red cup would sit on the table for the majority of lunchtime. Red meant no talking. Here's where the green cup came into play. 5 minutes before lunch was over, they would switch out the cups, remove the red cup, and put the green cup. That meant kids can finally talk, but only for the last 5 minutes of lunch. Do you like anime? Ew, no. Do you like anime? They were only allowed to talk for 5 minutes. That's bogus, in my opinion. Crazy things teachers confiscated from students. This woman used to teach kindergarten through 4th grade, and everyone in the school knew that she loved cats so much. Well, one day it was her birthday, and she was walking down the hallways when this kindergartner came up to her, very excited. Hey miss, excuse me? Hey there, Kevin, how are you? She noticed that his backpack was moving, and there were sounds coming out of it. I brought you something. He hands her the backpack. She opens it and sees a... Oh my god, it's a cat. It's a live cat. What is going on? Where did you get this? Enjoy it, miss. Happy birthday. And the kid runs away. Turns out this kid knew how much his teacher loved cats. So that morning, he took his family cat, put it in his backpack, and brought it to school to give it to her as a gift. Rightfully so, that cat was very angry. She called the kid's parents, and they came to take the family cat home. One middle school student was voted most likely to succeed by all of his peers. Everyone loved him. He was very popular. Well, a week after that, he was on the news. Good afternoon. We are here with Kyle Mellon, who is being called a hero after helping put out a fire that started on the school bus. Kyle, what do you think of all this? It's crazy. Yeah, I was just sitting on the bus and I started to smell smoke. The bus stopped and I helped everyone get out and I helped pour water on the fire and here we are. I just had to do the right thing. Well, it sounds like you did the right thing, Kyle, and we all thank you. I have been Tracy Stevenson here at Channel 2 News. He was a hero. But that changed pretty quickly. The school was able to recover the security footage on the school bus, and what they saw wasn't what they expected. Good evening. We have an update on the school bus fire. Apparently, the fire was started by Kyle Mellon, the kid that we called a hero. I just wanted to update you and tell you that he is no longer a hero. One day, this preschool teacher saw a 4-year-old playing with something shiny. Johnny, what is that? It's nothing. Let me see that. It was a diamond ring. Where did you get this? It was on Mommy's dresser. And why did you take it? Because I want to give it to Stacy. I'm in love with her. You can't be giving things like that away. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna give it to your mom when she picks you up, okay? 2 days later, that teacher sees Stacy playing with something weird. Stacy, what are you playing with? Let me see it. Where did you get these? Johnny gave it to me. It was the keys to a Ford truck and a bottle of cologne. Apparently, this kid thought since he couldn't give her the diamond ring, he would just take his dad's car keys and cologne and give it to her instead. You won't believe what happened at this high school. The person that shared this story said that when he was a sophomore in high school, there was this weird girl. She was about 15. It was the beginning of the year, and nobody had any classes with her. They only ever saw her at lunch, and like I said, she was kind of weird. So what'd you do for Christmas? It's September. She was innocent, but it was just weird stuff like that. People didn't really get her vibe. And this went on for a few weeks. Until one day during lunch, a group of hospital officials entered the school, found this girl, and took her with them. Turns out this girl wasn't 15 years old. She was just a very tiny 30-year-old woman who had escaped from a mental hospital and found her way to the local high school. At this kid's middle school, there was a rule that nobody was allowed to chew gum ever. Well, one day, this kid was chewing gum. His teacher saw this and said, "Kyle, spit it out. You know the rule. Thank you. See me after class." After class? You wanted to see me? You need to write me a 2,000-word paper on the history of pizza. That's your punishment. Give it to me on Monday. He spent the entire weekend writing this paper. When he got back to school on Monday, that teacher was out sick, so there was a substitute. Tuesday, the same thing. On Wednesday, when that teacher finally returned, "Here's the paper you wanted me to write." "Kyle, what paper?" "The paper." "What paper, Kyle?" "The pizza paper." "The pizza paper?" "The pizza paper!" "Oh, throw that in the garbage. I don't really want to read it." This high school had the dumbest school rule ever where students had to ask before taking a sip of anything. At lunchtime, kids were fine, but if you were in class and you wanted to have a sip of water, you had to ask the teacher, "May I have a sip of my water, please?" "Okay, thank you." Well, one kid that attended this high school told this story. It was getting close to summer, and he was sitting in class. The AC wasn't working very well at all, and he was thirsty. "Steven, did you ask me?" "Huh? Oh my god, no, I forgot, but I'm so sorry. It's just so hot in here, miss, and I'm like dehydrated. I don't care, you didn't ask me. I know, I'm sorry. Give me your water bottle and head to the principal's office right now. Okay, here. What the frick? He went to the principal's office and the principal gave him a detention. Some parents heard about the situation and they got super mad. The school changed the rule shortly after. In 2010, a 12-year-old girl was sitting in class one day, doodling on her desk. Squeepy-doop-ba-doo, squeepy-doop-ba-dee. The teacher saw this and secretly called 911. The police showed up, put her in handcuffs, and marched her out of school. I didn't do anything.
Why is she getting arrested? I heard she killed a squirrel.
What did she doodle on her desk, you asked? She wrote, I love my friends, Abby and Faith. Why would they arrest her for that? One day at school, this kid was just walking down the hallway at a regular pace. Sometimes I feel like everybody is a sexy baby. When out of nowhere, another kid slams in behind him because he was running down the hallway. Ah, what the heck? Dude, watch where you're going. Are you okay? Kyle. What? To the principal's office right now. Why do you sound like a gremlin when you're angry? Excuse me? See, right there. To the principal's office right now.
Oh, he hurt me, miss. He hurt me.
But I didn't do anything. He ran into me. No, you got in his way. This is not fair. You know, your mother was in my class when I was in school, and she was a just like you. I hope you die alone. I'll walk myself to the principal's office. Oh, get up, you're fine. Black markets kids ran in their schools. A follower submission. When this kid was in 6th grade, he had a 3D printer. Well, he had always tried to figure out a way to make money off of the things that he 3D printed. And then one day at school, he realized that tons of kids wore Crocs. So he had an idea. A Croc charm in the shape of Dwayne the Croc Johnson. He first made a few for his friends, and they loved it. And when other kids saw his friends wearing this charm, they wanted some too. So he made tons of them, and he began selling them for $3 each. He was making crazy profit because it didn't cost him a lot of money to make at all. Business was absolutely booming, but he began having trouble keeping up with the demand, so he hired a few of his friends to help him do the selling. Well, one day when he was sitting in social studies class, the principal came in and asked to talk to him in the hallway. He was very nervous because he thought he was going to get shut down. But all the principal said was, so I heard you're selling Croc attachments in the shape of the Rock. That's pretty interesting, and I was wondering if I could buy one. Gotta respect the hustle. This has to be one of the funniest dog videos I've ever seen. This woman was trying to show off an impressive thing her dog does when catching a frisbee over water. So she throws it, and this is what happens.
What the dog doing?
What the heck happened here? Weird things that happened in class. This person tells the story of a kid that was in their class. He was kind of weird, but people liked him. Well, one day in the middle of a lesson, he opens up his lunchbox and launches all of his food at the ceiling, right into the ceiling fan. Well, there was a weird looking pudding cup in his lunch. It was green, and when it hit the fan, it splattered all over the place. Most of it got on the teacher. The teacher then made every single student clean the room up after class, and this kid was worried his classmates would be mad at him for what he did. You guys, I'm so sorry. Kyle, you're fine. That was hilarious. Yeah, bro, don't even worry. Look at Mr. Stevens, he's crying. I hate my life. Harmless but hilarious ways you can mess with people. The next time you see somebody sitting alone at a park bench, sit right next to them and slide them an envelope with a random person's picture inside of it. Have them open it and then say, "Get it done by Friday," and make sure it looks like an accident. This is what happens when you get locked in the school bathroom. So he asks to go to the bathroom. He walks down the empty hallway, pushes the bathroom door open, and does his business. But when he's ready to leave... what the heck? The door won't budge. It's like somebody locked it from the outside. He's pushing, pulling, nothing. He checks his phone. Crap, there's no signal in here. Now at this point, he's already been gone 8 minutes. So I guess he does the only logical thing. He looks at the ceiling. He steps on the sink, he pushes open the ceiling tile, and he army crawls through the drop ceiling. Now he thinks he's going towards the hallway, he hopes so, and right when he thinks he's above the hallway, he lifts the tile open, but he falls right through. There you are. Right there was his teacher and the vice principal. What on earth are you doing? The bathroom door was locked, so you climbed through the ceiling? I mean, I couldn't just stay in there, right? Well, you could have knocked or yelled for help. Also, the bathroom's not locked. Here's what happened. When he got in the bathroom, in his business, he was about to leave. And he tried opening the door, but it wasn't the bathroom door, it was the supply closet door in the bathroom. They looked very similar. But he panicked, didn't look around to see if the actual door is right there, so he climbed through the ceiling. You know what? Just come to my office. You're getting detention. And he got a detention for property damage and making terrible decisions. This school library charged 50 cents per page to print. This is freaking highway robbery. Students were furious, but the school did not back down. That's when one student decided to act on this. He bought a high-speed wireless printer, shoved it in his backpack, and he set up shop at the back of the library during his free period. He created a burner email address and he told everybody, email me your essays or whatever you want to print, it's 10 cents per page, no questions asked. And business was absolutely booming. Word spread pretty quick, and his email was stocked. And he printed out every single order that came in. He was undercutting the school by 80%. He was making decent cash. He was like the freaking Wolf of Wall Street at a library. Eventually, the librarians caught on, and they tried to suspend him, actually. But he just said, if you suspend me, I'll make a huge deal about you guys charging 50 cents per page, and I'll take it to the freaking news. Well, they kind of panicked, and they lowered the prices back to 10 cents per page. But that kid, what a legend. Here's what happens when your coach smashes your phone. This school's basketball coach was pretty intense. All right, huddle up, everybody. Time for team talk. It was one day after practice, and everybody was huddled up by the coach for like a regroup thing. But this kid named Johnny was on his phone. Hey, Johnny, come on, man. This is team huddle. Give me your phone right now. Johnny hands it over, thinking he's just gonna get a lecture. Fine. Coach takes the phone, walks straight into the equipment room, and slams the door. And then everybody hears it. The sound of smashing, cracking, screaming from the coach. Johnny's stomach drops. His phone was brand new. His parents saved up for 3 months to get it for him for his birthday. He's shaking. He's almost crying. The coach walks back out, holding a mangled piece of metal and glass. Here's what happens when you're not paying attention, kid. Johnny notices something immediately. The mangled phone was way too light, and he flips it over and realizes it's not even real. It's a dummy phone from the school drama department. Your real phone's in my office. Maybe now you'll lock in during team time, okay? From that day on, Johnny left his phone far away in the locker during practice. Dude, that coach is kind of awesome. Everybody liked this one guy. Yo, it's like everybody. He was popular, funny. He was always the center of every single party. So one night, there's this big party at somebody's house, and everybody's there. It's packed, there's music going, people chilling. Yo, this is a killer party, Johnny. Hey, thanks, man. I'm just honored that you're here. But you see, not everybody liked that kid. I hated him. So the kid that did not like him was talking to his friend. I just don't like the guy. Yeah, I don't like him that much anymore either. Dude, I'm in a group chat with him, and look what he's been saying. You see, he gets shown this group chat, and the popular kid is in this group chat talking trash about everybody, even his friends, even the girls he's currently hanging out with at the party. Hey, screenshot these and send me them. Okay. Don't say it was me. So he gets the screenshot, and then he plugs his phone into the HDMI port of the TV. It's in the living room of this party, and he pulls up all the screenshots. He turns off the music. Everybody, look! And he has these screenshots of all the horrible stuff he said right there on the TV. Wait, what? No. That's not me. People are mad. No, guys, they're jokes. I'm just joking in these. But it's too late. He had fallen from grace and he was shoved out of that party really quick. The next day he was at school. He went from popular to loser really quick. Hey, that's karma. Black markets kids ran in their schools, a follower submission. When this kid was in 5th grade, he started a business, a snack selling business. He bought a bunch of stuff from Costco. Candies, chips, juice, anything that was popular at that moment. And the second he started selling at school, business was immediately booming. He was selling out every single day. Well, one day he came to school ready to get his business on, to make some money. but he realized business was abnormally slow. And that's when he found out that there was another group of kids who also started the same exact business. Well, he wasn't gonna let this fly. So he made himself some business cards and started having bundles with deals that kids could purchase. He hired 4 employees, 1 in his grade, 1 in 6th grade, 1 in 7th grade, and 1 in 8th grade, and they were paid every single Friday. They had 5 lockers, 1 for each person in each grade, and each one of those lockers were stuffed to the brim with candy and snacks. In total, he made $7,200. Weirdest household rules ever. When this kid was like 8 years old, he was hanging out at his friend's house, and they were playing video games in his friend's room upstairs. Well, this kid had to pee very bad, so he went to the bathroom on the 2nd floor of the house, and he started peeing. Well, somehow his friend's mom knew he was peeing in that upstairs bathroom, and she rushed up there and started banging on the door. "Excuse me, what are you doing in here? Kyle? You better not be peeing." She said he couldn't pee in that bathroom because this bathroom is for nighttime peeing only, and it's daytime right now, you can't be peeing in here. So she made this kid stop peeing midstream, and she sent him to the downstairs bathroom to finish. When he finished and left the downstairs bathroom, she was standing there waiting for him. "I bet you learned your lesson, huh?" "Yeah. I called your mom. She's on her way to get you right now. You are never allowed here ever again." "But never again." I was almost mugged, but this is how I got out of it. I was walking home to my apartment on a cold, snowy Chicago evening, and I decided to take a shortcut. As I was walking through the alleys, I heard someone behind me yell, "Hey man, come here." And because it was late and I was skeptical, I just kept on walking. But he started following me. It was definitely a little sus. This is the point where I started straight up running to my apartment. I'm running and this guy's chasing me. I finally see the back of my apartment when I slip and fall on a big sheet of ice. At this point, the guy was catching up to me and I was like, alright, he's gonna get me, oh well. And I just started crying, screaming, flailing around. And what I didn't know at the time is that when I fell on the ice, my pants fell down too. And this guy gets to me, and I'm preparing for the worst. But I guess my pantsless screaming self made him feel very uncomfortable because all he said was, "Oh hell no," and he ran away. And that's how I avoided being mugged. Facts about celebrities that nobody really talks about. Matthew Perry from Friends lost a part of his middle finger after he slammed it in a car door when he was 3 years old. You can see it right here in this screenshot from a Friends episode. Elvis Presley was actually a natural blonde, but he started using black shoe polish to darken his hair because he thought it made him more handsome. Denzel Washington has dislocated his pinky finger so many times that sometimes it just falls out of place. In 1978, Tim Allen, known for his roles in Home Improvement and The Santa Claus, was caught with 1.4 pounds of cocaine on him. He was facing some serious prison time, but he snitched on other dealers in exchange for a smaller sentence. When Angelina Jolie was 22, she hired a hitman to kill her. She was going through a really tough time and wanted to escape, but the hitman was a decent enough person to ask her if that's what she really wanted. He told her to think about it and call him in 2 months. Well, she changed her mind. She said something changed, and she decided to stick it out. The worst things people did in school. One day in middle school, one of the popular students wanted to mess with a kid that was bullied often. They were in class, and when this kid went to the bathroom, the popular kid cut the straps of his backpack. Hey, watch this. A few minutes after the kid got back, he noticed. What the heck? Did you do this? Loser. Turns out that kid's family didn't have a lot of money at all, so for the rest of the school year he had to carry around his backpack in his hands because he couldn't afford a new one.
Nice backpack, loser.
Kids that were legends in their high school. A follower submission. This guy sent me a story of how he became popular at his school. Recently, this guy moved to a brand new school. He had no friends and nobody knew who he was. Well, one day in class, he heard one of the popular kids say, "I'm hungry for some pizza." And that gave him an idea. He asked to go to the bathroom. And when he was in the bathroom, he went on DoorDash and ordered a few pizzas to be delivered to the school. The pizzas arrived when he was still in class, so he told the driver just to leave it in the office with his name on it. When lunch came around, he went to the office, grabbed the pizzas, and found that popular kid who said he was hungry for pizza, and gave him a whole box. That kid and his friends were hyped. He then took the other pizzas and sold a few slices to other students. He made $20, but after that, he was no longer a nobody. He became pretty popular, and now everyone calls him the Pizza Boy. Nice.
This man tried to get revenge on somebody that killed him in a video game. Julien Barreau was a 20-year-old Counter-Strike player living in France. But one day in the game, someone stabbed him and killed his character. Well, that did not make him happy at all. He spent months hunting down the opponent that killed him, and he eventually found him. He entered his house and stabbed him multiple times. Luckily, the victim survived. The knife missed his heart by centimeters. The judge called Barreau a menace to society and sentenced him to 2 years in prison and anger management lessons. I feel like they went too easy on him. What do you think? Craziest things teachers caught their students with. This teacher said that one day when he was trying to give a student a detention, the student pulled out an Uno switch card and genuinely thought that would get him out of it. That's not how it works, my friend. This next teacher said that one day he confiscated a makeshift taser from one of his students. The kid had rigged it by using multiple 9-volt batteries, wire, tape, and a button that was taken off from a toy. And the last one. At this one elementary school, a student came in with a bag. The teacher was kind of concerned, so she looked inside the bag. And turns out there was a live baby in there. Apparently, this kid wanted to show her friends her brand new little brother. My question is, how'd the parents let this happen? Sus. This woman had been dating this guy for a few months, and the first time she stayed over at his house, she wanted to take a shower in the morning, but she noticed there wasn't any towels in the bathroom.
Steven?
Yo, what's up?
There's no towels in here. Can I have a towel, please?
Oh yeah, sure, 1 second. Here.
Thanks.
She noticed that the towel he gave her was obviously super dirty, and it smelled horribly.
Steven!
Yeah, what's up?
Can I have a clean towel, please? This one's dirty.
What do you mean? No, that's clean.
It's definitely dirty. It's fine, though. Just get me a new towel.
Okay, fine. Here.
Thank you. Dude, this one's dirty, too. Did you wash these?
What are you talking about? You don't need to wash towels. Every time you shower, they clean themselves because they're getting wet. It's like the same thing as a washing machine.
So you never wash your towels?
Never. My mom did the same thing.
What? That is nasty. That is nasty. This is not gonna work. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go shower at my own place.
Okay, have a good day. Smells fine. Craziest coworkers ever. This person used to work an office job, and he said he had this one coworker. At first glance, this guy was very normal, and he was super good at his job. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Carl, how you doing? Hey, great job on that report last week, man. Steven, thank you, I appreciate it. Well, one day, they were all working when they heard police sirens and noticed police were parked outside the building. That one coworker then stood up and said, I'm pretty sure the cops are here for me, so I'm gonna go out there and talk to him. He left the building and he was arrested on sight. Turns out, this guy unalived his landlord and ate his corpse. You never really do know someone, huh?
ফোন দিয়ে যেতেছি ফোনই ধরো না, তোমার ফোন ধরার কোনো নামই নাই, কোনো কথা, তোমার ফোন ধরো না কেন?
এবারে এক্সামের প্রিপারেশন কিরকম তোদের? আমি তো খুবই এক্সাইটেড, কারণ আমার প্রিপারেশন খুবই ভালো।
ঈশান দরজা খোল।
কি বুঝতেছি না। সুন্দর মতো যাবি, ভাবির নামটা জিজ্ঞাসি। আর শোন, ভালো মতো কথা কবে, ভাবি লাগে। খালি খাপড় আর চাপাবাজি, এই বাদে আর কিছু পারছস? বুকিং মানে বুকিং, তুমি আমার আমি তোমার, বুকিং দিয়ে দিছি, ফাইনাল।
আমাকে বুকিং দিছে মানে আমাকে কে বুকিং দিছে দোস্ত?
তোর যে আশিক আছে না, এখন তো আমার পিছনে লাগছে।
এই দুলাভাই সামনে থাকলে যে সালাম দিতে হয়, আপনি শিখাই নাই তোরা? কেমন আছো তুমি?
ভালো।
আমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করবো না রক্তটা দিবি তুই? আমি কেন রক্ত দেবো? প্রেম খরচ তুই, রক্ত আমার বন্ধু দিছেন, আপনাকে অনেক ভালোবাসি ভাবি, আপনার ওর রক্ত যাওয়াটা বিধে হতে দিবেন না ভাবি। তাই তো বলি, কেন ফোন যায় না? না, তোমার নাম্বারটা তাড়াতাড়ি করে বলো।
ঘন্টার পর তো গার্লফ্রেন্ডের লাগে ওয়েট করতে পারো, আর বন্ধুর লাগে 2 মিনিট ওয়েট করতে পারবা না? ও এখন আমার দোস্ত, তাইলে তো বন্ধু রিত লেগে গেল। আরে বেটা এত লাফাইস না, যেরকম শুনতেছি পরীর মতো এরকম করলে তো বেটা।
বাদ দে, কালকে 4টা দেখা হবে।
ঠিক আছে মামা, ঠিক আছে মামা, ঠিক মতো যা। হালা পারলাম না রে।
তোর তো হাওয়াটা একটু হয়ে গেল। তুলি, তুই তো সুন্দর নাম। আরে শুন, আমি জিসান, আই লাভ ইউ।
আপনাদের তো চিনলাম না। আমার বড় বোনের যে দেবরগুলো আছেন তো সবাইকেই চিনি, বাট আপনাদেরকে তো চিনি না।
যাইতে দে, আর আমার খালা লাগে। কোথায় বলবা? ভালোবাসা যে এত প্যারা, এত কষ্ট, এত জ্বালা যন্ত্রণা, জানলে ভালোই বাসতাম। জিসান আর তুলির ভালোবাসার ইতিহাস তাই রক্ত লাগবে।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম দুলা ভাই।
আরে শালা, ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। কি খবর, কেমন আছো? বান্ধবীও তো যায় না, এতবার ফোন দিলাম ফোনও ধরতেছে না। তুমি একটা ফোন দাও তো, ফোন বের করো।
কি বলেন দুলা ভাই, ও যায় নাই? কথা হইছে, ভাইয়া বলছে যে ভাইয়া আমাদের কোচিং এর সামনে আর আসবে না, আর তোকে ডিস্টার্বও করবে না।
জানো না
দারুণ না, আমি 1 থেকে 3 গুনবো না বাবা। প্রেম হইলেই হবে, প্রেম হইলে এমনি ডিস্টেন্স হবে বাবা, আমার খালি ওরে দরকার।
তুমি বাসে আসার পর থেকে আমাকে বাসে শান্তি সব ফিল লাগছে।
হায় হায়, খাইছে কইছোটা কি তুমি?
তুমি একটা ভিডিও কল করে পাঠাও প্লিজ প্লিজ। কবে আমগো দেখা
কোচিনটা কি এটা আবার লগে এমন চিপা মাইটা দিয়েছেন? কেমন খানদান বউ?
তারপর তো ভয় কাঁচে মুচু খায়া গেছে গা, তারপর আবার দুর্নাম করতে হইব। এই তোর কি তো দামি ফোন?
আইসে বাপ জান, রাইতে ঠিকঠাক মতো ঘুমাইছে তো নাকি বাসায় গিয়া আব্বা জান রে কইবেন?
কি করছো এটা তুই? বাজার রে বাজার যাও চুইছে আজকাই করছে।
সম্মান সব পাঞ্চার করে দিছে।
মাগার দোষ আমারও আছে, আমি একটু বেশি বাড়াবাড়ি করে ফেলছি। চলো না আমরা বাড়িতে ফিরে যাই।
তুমি কি পাগল হয়ে গেছো নি? এইটাই আমার বাড়ি এখনতে।
চৌধুরী সাহেবের সাথে আমি কি কথা কইছি? তুমি কোনো কথাই কই নাই কে? সাজান তোমারে কইলো এত
দিচ্ছেন, হ্যাঁ দিচ্ছেন না? এলা বাইরন, আমার বাড়িতে বাইরন।
একবারে হাসা করছেন আব্বাজান। আপনার পোলার এই বাড়ি থাকার কোনো বিতলামি করলে আমি তোরা গাড়াই, কিন্তু ভাবলাম আপনাকে একমাত্র পোলা গাড়াইলে আবার দিলে চোট পায়।
কি তুমি?
শোনো, তোমাগো খানদানে যেমন কিছু নিয়ম আছে, আমাগো খানদানেও আছে।
এইসব ফাত্রা নিয়ম কেউ যেন জানবার না পারে, মনে থাকবো তো? তোর যে নতুন বাবি